Hi, my name is Abhi. I am the writer, director, co-producer of Blood Brothers Bara Naga.
Hi, I'm Nicholas. I'm the director of photography for Blood Brothers, and this is Popcorn Confessions.
In frame.
Aku kena buat ni bukan mudah. Abang Syam, abang kita. Family kita. Tapi dia dah langgar prinsip naga dan
So scene ni, this is a series scene yang basically trial untuk Abang Syam. Dia orang baru tahu that Abang Syam dah start konflik dengan naga lain, and Gus terpaksa buat as a leader of the naga family kan, dia kena ambil tindakan lah untuk execute abang dia sendiri, and it basically shows the danger of Gus kepada Arif, and we wanted visuals like this that represent ketakutan Arif kepada abang dia sendiri.
My very first car explosion scene.
His first car explosion scene.
Yeah.
I wanted to shoot this like a montage. Tapi kita ada banyak story, a lot of elements that we wanted to share, but it was all in the script. Semua benda yang you nampak dalam shot ni, every single shot, every single frame was already in the script. So what I'm trying to say is that the script is extremely important kalau you nak buat planning antara tiga location, because you're having a VO that is anchoring all the scenes together, and your shot design needs to be based off your script. If you have it planned, your HODs can plan out what they want to do and how they want to achieve it, and you will have a nice rhythm for your story. So Abi sebenarnya inspired daripada movie Godfather, Goodfellas. They do a lot of these kind of things. Scorsese, Coppola, back in the 70s. That mafia element, that idea of mafia, kita nak cuba letak dalam movie ni lah.
I think what I really like about this place is there are the leading lines into the frame, and at the same time, when we did this shot, I think it was raining. It was actually raining. So what we did was we added a white cloth at the back. We lit it so that we get the consistency of daylight. Every time we shoot a scene, I always ask him or ask Shafiq, like, what is the intention we want to do? Who is the main anchor of the scene? How are we going to tell the scene in terms of the storyline, right? So when I heard about this scene, I immediately knew that it would be great that if we can highlight Shanas, Gus, in the center, lit in a way where you see that he looks a bit more intense. We're not putting soft light, we're putting hard light on him. At the same time, you see Fatlan here, right? I knew that he's the bad guy at the end. I wanted him, I think we talked about blocking them in different layers.
Yeah, for
right?
sure. Yeah.
And then we put them like that. So we knew that these two were part of what he's saying. They're listening to him. But at the same time, for him, he's at the back.
Yeah.
As if he's plotting something.
Yeah.
Manipulating
Manipulating the entire.
Yeah, so I really like the way we blocked it, even though it's such a short shot itself.
The hierarchy lah.
Yeah, and at the same time, the shot ends with him standing up,
Yeah.
right? And the camera tilts up to him
Yeah.
to show that he is the leader amongst all of these guys.
apa yang aku kena buat ni bukan mudah.
Oh, this was tough.
Yeah, this one was tough because
The first time we were here, it rained. Hujan, like for like
3-4
3-4 hours.
Actually, our first day of shooting this, kita terpaksa cancel shoot tu because
Hujan from 6
half a
PM
day,
sampai 1
sampai
AM.
3 pagi, sampai 3 pagi,
Uh.
and you have to have a plan. Kalau tak jadi shoot, rugi. Because there's only so many contingency days and setiap orang dibayar, crew tu dibayar. So as a producer, you'll go like, alamak macam mana ni? So the reason why we do a shot like this is, it's important to do shots like this, and Nick got this amazing shot. Dari jauh, dia duduk atas bukit. Bukit kan?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Bukit, looking top down,
Yeah.
and you get the vista of this
this, yeah.
space, layers
Yeah.
of the cars. Although this shot is only 2 seconds, 3 seconds.
Yeah.
But I love this shot. Satu lagi aspect kenapa wide shots like this is very, very important, and I think more of our films need to adapt that, is because it shows the geography of space. Kalau geography of space tak difaham by the audience. It's all psychology. It's all subconscious. Dia akan jadi macam shot, and then it just becomes TV. Wide shots are what makes it cinematic. So wide shots are penting, how you put the camera, where you put the camera, and it also establishes di mana semua orang dalam satu story tu. Yeah.
I pakai lampu merah because I know that the cars, the tail lamps emit red light, and I knew that like it's sort of a scene where someone gets killed, right?
Yeah.
So we use the color red, and even on this tree here, we added a little detail here to sort of give them the idea that behind the guards, there's a lot of vengeance. At the back.
Yeah.
There's a lot of violence at the back.
Yeah.
Right. And in the front, we just give this blue, more of a, how to say,
That moonlight.
sort of that, you know, like Abhilash Chandra technically is not, he's kind of innocent. Right?
Yeah.
So
The innocence, right?
Yeah, so we use the color
contrasting
contrast
colours,
to sort of give that setting. And then if you play to the next shot, okay, this is where you get all that motivation and to show that, oh, what's going to happen without like, we use color to show that without having to show what's going to happen.
And then dia motivate dia punya lighting tu. Lighting, he used the car lights, right?
Yes, every
Colours.
single car has a light behind.
Yeah, and then you see how all of these guys also are given the motivation of the light coming from this side, right?
Yeah,
From the car.
yeah.
So
So the light on their faces is motivated by the car. In the white shot, there was a car on our camera left here. They are having a car headlamp on them. So then that's how we motivate the face.
Yeah.
The tail lamp motivates the red.
the red,
Yeah. And then the night light, the moonlight motivates the blue here.
The blue, yeah.
So that the objective is, as an audience, when you watch it, you don't question why is there a light
Kenapa
on
pelik
their
sangat?
face.
Kenapa dia macam tu?
Yeah.
Dalam moment ni kan, you have all these actors dalam satu line kan, and Nick had so many beautiful angles of these actors like models standing there. Banyak shot yang hebat dah, and I was spoiled for choice, jujur cakap. And in this moment here, I thought was one of the key shots for me that represented the brotherhood. As we got this beautiful frame over here, and you see how it's framed, and we reveal as the camera starts, as Nick with his
Rack focus.
dengan dia punya AC, Sandra was it?
Sandra.
Sandra was doing this, right?
Yeah, Sandra.
And this was what lens was this?
80 mm.
80 mm. 80 mm is my favorite lens.
Like 80.
Mm is my favorite lens because you get such a beautiful depth and it really brings out the characters' faces. So as much as I can do close-ups with an 80, that was my favorite lens. You see how we're moving from their eye, this eye, and then you're going here, right? And you are understanding basically the emotional impact of all these characters. But notice how I stop at Arif and I don't go to this guy. I just stop at this guy, I don't go to this guy. And this guy. So, little subtext. Foreshadowing over there. But yeah, that's the emotional impact of having a frame that tells the emotional inner thinking of a character.
Sometimes it's more like I will brief them. This is what we're gonna do, and then I'll let them understand and feel the shot as well. So it's also important that when we work as a team, it's not just myself and our directors, but the crew has to understand what we are trying to do as well. So kalau macam tu, then our teamwork will be more seamless.
Oh, yeah.
He really kept it cool.
Yeah. So there's so many ways that this could have been. I was so worried that this scene is going to be cringe because he threw it at the back. I had the idea of, okay, maybe he should throw it in front, ke depan kereta, and then he turns. Okay? And this is directing also. When you have two directors, you have to respect the other director's choice, you know? Shafiq had the instinct of saying, no, I think you should, throw it at the back. I was like, how's Shana's gonna pull this off? But Shana is such a good actor that doing something like this, I think it works, you know? His aura is so good that you feel his presence, and when he throws it, it doesn't feel. It didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it
felt
didn't.
badass, like.
Yeah, it felt badass, and still emotional because the scene is emotional, okay? And then we had this close up. This is all designed, and we got lucky with this. sometimes things like this, the way the fire snaked on and then it explodes. We had 3 cameras here. Was it 3? Four cameras.
Actually, 5.
5 and another one at the back.
down the cliff.
Yeah, there's a twist in the movie, and we had another camera simultaneously kat belakang bawah the bukit. This part here, Shanas, the way he told me that he was going to do this, I said, you better not blink, kita ada close up kat muka you, nanti kita kena CG mata you. And he says, don't worry, I won't. So they practiced that, and it was very interesting to watch an actor who knows what he's doing, because he would take a few spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he'll talk to the stunt guy, and then he would say like, okay, how many paces do I need to take before you explode? So he will timing, he practiced it a few times because we only have one show, we only have one car. Kita tak ada budget besar nak letup banyak kereta. Although we did blow up 7 cars in total. So we had the one car, and we had one chance, and then Shanas knew that he had to do it right. And we were losing light.
Oh yeah.
Kita shoot 5:30 pagi. So kalau anything goes wrong, that's it, the sun is coming out, that's it, game over. So Shanas timed himself, and then he would take a deep breath, and then when he blows, he just holds it in. And that's it. That's what he did.
Yeah.
And that's how he maintained his composure of
It's cool.
of being cool. Although api tu, you stand at his distance kan, the heat is so hot, dia rasa macam dia belakang dia dah terbakar dah. So kudos to him, and kudos for him to being a professional, because that is not easy lah. I think most of the hero shots were the Venice, but so some close-ups, some tighter slow motion shots kita guna red. What was it?
Red Raptor.
Red Raptor. How many frames was that?
120.
120 frames. 120 frames. This one was also this was the Venice.
This was Venice.
This was Venice. How many frames was this?
This was 90.
90 frames. So we mix and match depending on what the shots were.
But I mean, explosions are interesting. It happens in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
It's so fast that
So
you have no time to even understand
Yeah.
the explosion itself.
Mm.
So most of these are just the fire that happens after.
Mm.
Yeah, you clap your hand, the explosion's gone already.
Mm.
So that was very interesting for me.
Yeah.
And I was trying my best to not shake the camera as well when we shot this frame.
So the first thing that yang kita discuss between me and Nick is the exposure of the explosions.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of times kalau you overexpose a little bit, or you put normal exposure, dia akan blow out and tak nampak apa-apa. So I think here, like finding a shot like this and the complexity of nampak muka pelakon, right?
Yeah. And this little
And then
details.
seeing all the details of that.
And this also.
Yeah, that is very, very important. You can't take that for granted. Kalau tak, it's that little degree of exposure will make the difference between a film looking cheap or expensive. And that is all craft. So a lot of discussions between us.
Before we took this shot, we actually burned the ground a bit and exposed the camera to the fire, and then only we shot this.
Yeah. So that we can get that nice, beautiful fire exposure.
Like rape, Gus is on the way. Kita turun bawah.
In this scene, I'll just give a little bit of a skinny, right? I think if you've watched this, it's basically Arif is confronting Malik, and they're all part of the same bodyguard world, silent guard. And the thing about this scene was that was interesting was that he's basically going to fight with his own partners, his own brothers, and whatnot. But I think the trickiest thing is that the action scene needed to have a lot of space. And now in this scene, we get to see Arif as a really cool John Wick kind of style where you can really see Shafiqah really fight. Okay, this part here. Okay, now notice, right? This part here, right? It was, I think, about 6 seconds, this entire thing. But notice, right? Arif's fighting here. He's got this guy over here. And then you've got Malik coming in from this side. And then another guy coming in from this side. This sequence took about, I think this is the 30 takes scene. We took 30 takes to do this. So basically the move is actually quite simple. It's just like you're moving from here to here, and you're moving back from this side, and you're coming over to this side.
Yeah.
So it's a dance between all 3 of them, or 4 of them, with the camera. So if anyone missteps, everyone has to do it again. you know, again and again and again. By the time we were 30 takes, and I think Shafiqal had really had a mental breakdown.
You know, for me as the cinematographer, my role is to look at how the entire image is in terms of lighting, in terms of what we see. Despite having to do so many takes, I fully understand that. Of course, it was a bit frustrating at times, but you know, I think watching the final result definitely made me understand better.
Okay, so just now, right, you saw like how they're swinging these things, right? A lot of the times that these batons are actually hitting these guys, you know, and they were really hitting it. And sometimes the stunt guys are so cooperative. Of course, they are plastic batons, but these stunt guys are so cooperative. They said like, okay, you know what, just hit me, because sometimes you try to miss and you try and be safe, but then, yeah. But the good thing is that these are plastic batons, so still it hurt lah. The stunt guys are really unsung heroes.
So a lot of these color contrasts that you see in the film were done on camera. What I do is I try to make sense of our light sources so that it feels real and we don't get distracted by, you know, light that doesn't make sense and ultimately takes people off the story. So that's what we were trying to achieve for most of the scenes.
And we made a specific choice to shoot the scene a little bit more brighter, just to give it a bit of contrast, just to see action a little bit clearer. Because this kind of like background over here, you know, with this light source over here, it at least gives you a bit of separation between the actors and the background, so that it's easier for the eye to capture. So I knew that when I saw first, bila I first buka dalam location ni, we knew that kita nak buat nikah ke dalam area ni because of all the windows from here, because kita boleh dapat natural light that were coming in here, and kita boleh fill up this whole place dengan semua pelakon-pelakon kita lah. All of these decorations and all that came from Kayangan. Kayangan did collaboration dengan kita orang. But the most important thing is that space ni cukup untuk all the light to natural light na masuk. So what Nick did, you enhanced it, right? Like putting lights outside.
I mean, your direction was make it cinematic, make it volumetric.
Yeah.
So
Volumetric light, yeah.
yeah, so we wanted to make sure that we get these beautiful highlights and having light come in, and making sure that our heroes are all nicely framed up,
Frame in the
and
center,
lit.
yeah.
And then most importantly, we have one layer, which is the curtain.
Yeah,
The
foreground.
second layer, which is here.
Yeah.
Third layer, fourth, fifth, and then sixth.
Yeah. So there's depth. And this hug was very, very important. Yeah, this peluk, because I needed to have one good moment between these brothers before everything turned to shit. So this was a very important moment for Arif and Gaz. This is also another trailer moment. Yeah, you have to have key visuals that kind of paint the story of what is the story about in one shot. So these are examples of a moment of what Blood Brothers represents. And that's it.
Thank you for watching us break down the scenes from Blood Brothers. My name is Nicholas. I'm the cinematographer for this film.
My name is Abhilash Chandra. I'm the writer, director, and co-producer of Blood Brothers Bara Naga. Don't forget to watch it on Netflix this August 10th.
Bye bye.
At last!
God damn it. I'm not an actor.
Bye.
Bye.